Tomodachi Life, living the dream.
A few days ago, Nintendo put out a free demo for Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. And after playing through the opening tutorial, I can officially say that the next 3 weeks are going to feel extremely long because this game is incredible so far. While the demo is very limited in what you can do, the best part about it is getting a chance to see what the game really plays like, and it's pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. The way the camera works with how you go in and out of Mii's houses is super seamless and intuitive, and it gives you a ton of freedom to move around the island and the Mii's rooms. I especially love this quick pop-up menu that lets you see all of your Miis at once, as that'll be a lifesaver in the later hours of the game. More than ever, it feels like you're observing every part of your Mii's lives, as getting to see them hanging out with each other outside of their houses makes a huge difference. Hopefully there's a lot of these kinds of random interactions that take place around the island, as they add so much to the experience. I love how you can hover over a Mii and then just watch them walk around, and it even follows them when they go back inside their house, which is cool. Visually, this game looks fantastic, even though it's just a Switch 1 game that I guess isn't getting any kind of Switch 2 upgrade. And while of course it would be nice to see it running at a higher resolution and frame rate, I think I'm still just in shock at how huge of a visual improvement it is over the original. The cel-shaded art style is terrific, and the UI has been streamlined to make everything quick and snappy. Although I do miss the silly animations that used to play when you were saving your game. All of the extra options in the Mii Maker are so great, with the color highlights on hair being one of my favorite new features in the whole game. There also seems to be a ton of stuff to unlock, with there being nearly 10,000 items in the catalog system. There's also a few empty categories that can't be unlocked in the demo, which has me hoping that the concert hall and song performances might make a comeback after all. These dancing Miis on the key art seem to point in that direction as well, so I'll be crossing my fingers on that one. Beyond the normal leveling up of the original, there's now a wish fountain that acts as a secondary way to unlock new items and gifts, which seems really promising. Probably the biggest unknown at this point is what the progression will be like after putting a significant amount of hours into the game, but it already seems like there's a lot more variety and content to mess around with. I'm sure stuff will start repeating eventually, as that's just the nature of these kinds of games, but hopefully there will be a lot more unique moments leading to a higher level of replayability overall. It's hard to totally explain, but the thing that has me the most excited after playing the demo is that it feels like a true spiritual follow-up to the 3DS game. The core gameplay loop of solving problems and watching relationships grow is as great as ever. And it's the other stuff like the writing, Mii news segments, minigames, squeaky voices, and catchy music that I'm so relieved hit just as hard as they used to. I mean, some of these songs are true bangers that have been stuck in my head for days. The first time I went into the clothing store, I had to just stop and vibe for a bit. Hearing music in this style again is healing a part of my soul. While everything's a lot sharper and shinier, it still feels like Tomodachi Life at its core, which I can't say for some of the other franchise comebacks from the Switch era. I can already tell that I'm going to sink a lot of time into this game, and I'm just so glad the Miis are making such a grand return after being pushed to the sidelines for a while there. And to see them address the issues of the 3DS game in such a direct and open way is awesome. Pretty much everything I wanted in terms of customizing a Mii's preferences is here, which is a small miracle considering how behind the times Nintendo is in so many other ways. There seem to be no content restrictions at all here, which is going to lead to some amazing moments that Nintendo will not be happy about. It is a shame that there's no easy way to share Mii designs online like there was in Miitopia, but if that's what it takes for complete freedom to this degree, I think it might actually be worth it. As fun as it was to download professionally made Miis from other players, there's also a certain charm to having to make them yourself, and there's already been a ton of people online showing what's possible. The Tomodachi Life community is incredibly passionate, and I think it's because there really isn't any other game out there that's doing all the same weird stuff that Tomodachi Life does. I'll be interested to see how well this game does sales-wise, as I think surpassing the nearly 7 million copies of the 3DS game is a real possibility thanks to this primarily being a Switch 1 game. Now that I have a solid sense of how this game plays, this video is pretty much acting as my first impressions of the game overall, which means once it finally comes out next month, I'll be taking my time with it and not rushing through anything to try and get a video out super close to launch. I'm sure I'll want to talk about this game again after putting more hours in, But for now, I think I'll just want to focus on enjoying the game as much as possible at my own pace, and not start working on anything until I have a more complete understanding of the game as a whole. The opening hour of Living the Dream has me extremely excited to keep playing, and it's a very strong foundation that I can easily see surpassing the original to become one of my favorite life sim games of all time. Of course, the reveal trailer and dedicated direct for this game were also super exciting, but getting to actually play it myself has made it finally feel real and has me anticipating the full release even more. It was pretty hard to have to stop playing after such a short amount of time though, as now the only thing I want to do is keep playing. After a certain point in the demo, your Miis get locked into their homes and all progress stops, which is a pretty smart marketing move by Nintendo to try and get you to buy the full game just so you can free your Miis from their digital prisons. Don't worry, Matt, I'll get you out of there soon enough.